Across the ancient world, few myths are as mysterious and thought-provoking as the story of Mithra, the Persian god said to have been born from solid rock on December 25th. This legend spans continents, cultures, and centuries, raising powerful questions about the origins of religious traditions and the meaning behind shared cosmic symbolism. But is the birth of Mithras on December 25 simply a coincidence? And what deeper ancient pattern connects this Persian god to Rome, Christianity, and the oldest solstice myths on Earth? If you enjoy uncovering hidden histories and ancient mysteries, make sure to subscribe to our channel, Best of History and Mythology, leave a like, and activate the notification bell so you never miss a new episode. In the ancient Iranian plateau, long before imperial dynasties reshaped the region, a powerful divine figure emerged in a strikingly unusual way. Mithra appeared fully formed from a sacred rock, a symbolic birth that set him apart from every other deity in early Indo-Iranian mythology. This miraculous emergence from stone represented unbreakable strength, purity untouched by mortal flaws, and a direct connection to the cosmic forces that shaped the world. Ancient communities saw rocks and mountains as living vessels of divine energy, so a god born from solid stone carried an aura of awe that no ordinary origin story could match. From the moment of his appearance, Mithra was associated with light, justice, and the protection of truth. His name traveled across nomadic groups, local cults, and tribal confederations, gradually evolving into a central figure of spiritual authority. In early Iranian religious thought, he stood as a guardian who witnessed every oath and every agreement. The idea that nothing could be hidden from Mithra made him essential in a world where survival depended on trust, loyalty, and honor between clans. As a result, the worship of Mithra expanded naturally across trade routes and mountain passes used by merchants, shepherds, and warriors. Mithra's early iconography reflected the values of these ancient societies. He appeared as a youthful, vigilant figure, often connected with the rising sun and the cyclical renewal of life. This connection to celestial order made Mithra a stabilizing force in a harsh environment where seasons determined prosperity or ruin. Priests and storytellers portrayed him as the divine overseer who ensured balance between humans and the natural world, rewarding honesty and punishing deceit. Such themes resonated deeply with communities seeking protection from chaos and uncertainty. Archaeological findings from regions influenced by early Iranian culture show inscriptions and ritual objects dedicated to Mithra, pointing to a structured and widespread devotion. His cult emphasized ceremonial purity, sacred agreements, and the idea that cosmic order depended on moral behavior. These practices helped solidify Mithra as a central figure in pre-Zoroastrian belief systems, shaping rituals and stories that endured for centuries. As Mithra's presence strengthened across the Iranian world, his stories would eventually evolve in new directions, shaping future civilizations and influencing spiritual traditions far beyond the mountains where his legend began. When Mithraic traditions reached the western edges of the Roman world, they took on a new life that differed from the beliefs rooted in ancient Iranian culture. Roman soldiers, merchants, and travelers encountered the Eastern deity along expanding trade routes, and his image resonated deeply with communities seeking strength, loyalty, and spiritual discipline. As these ideas blended with Roman religious practices, Mithra transformed into the central figure of a private, highly ritualized cult known today as Roman Mithraism. Inside the Roman Empire, Mithraism flourished within secluded underground sanctuaries called Mithraea. These were intentionally built as small, cave-like chambers that created an atmosphere of secrecy and symbolic rebirth. Flickering lamps, carved altars, and detailed frescoes helped initiates enter a world separate from everyday life. Mithraic worship emphasized personal discipline and spiritual ascent, making it especially appealing to Roman soldiers who valued hierarchy, loyalty, and resilience. This connection helped spread the cult rapidly across military frontiers, from the deserts of Syria to the fortified walls of Roman Britain. The structure of the cult centered on a series of graded initiations. Each level represented a step toward greater spiritual understanding and closer association with the divine. Rituals often involved symbolic meals, guided teachings, and reenactments of Mithras's cosmic deeds. Although the deeper meanings of these ceremonies remain partly hidden due to the cult's secrecy, archaeological discoveries offer valuable insights into its symbolic language. Objects such as carved reliefs, ritual knives, and star motifs reveal a complex religious system grounded in celestial order and moral transformation. What distinguished Mithraism within the Roman religious landscape was its personal and intimate nature. Unlike public state ceremonies performed in open forums or grand temples, Mithraic rites took place in closed spaces where initiates participated directly in the spiritual journey. This exclusivity created strong social bonds and a profound sense of belonging among followers. For many, joining the cult signified not only devotion, but also a commitment to a disciplined lifestyle guided by cosmic principles. The spread of Mithraism across the empire demonstrated how adaptable and influential the figure of Mithras had become. As his image took new forms within Roman culture, the cult continued to evolve, preparing the ground for later developments that would connect his worship to broader religious and cultural transformations across the ancient world. Do you believe ancient gods like Mithra were shaped more by real historical exchanges between cultures or by our universal human need to explain the mysteries of existence? Share your thoughts in the comments after watching the full video. In the heart of the Roman Empire, a powerful belief took shape around the miraculous birth of Mithras, celebrated on December 25th. This date held immense symbolic value because it followed the winter solstice, the moment when daylight slowly began to return after the longest night of the year. For followers of Mithraism, this rebirth of light carried a cosmic meaning. It represented the triumph of vitality over darkness, a theme woven deeply into Roman spiritual culture. Mithras's birth was depicted as a dramatic and luminous event. Artistic reliefs showed him emerging from a solid stone, radiating the light associated with celestial renewal. The image of a child or young deity rising from rock became a symbol of hope and cosmic restoration. Followers saw in Mithras a divine force aligned with the natural cycle of the sun, making him an essential figure in the observance of the returning daylight. December 25th also overlapped with the popular Roman celebration of Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun. This festival honored the growing strength of the sun after its apparent decline and reinforced the idea that divine power always regained its dominance. Mithras's association with this date placed him at the center of one of the empire's most potent seasonal traditions. For many initiates, the return of light symbolized renewed spiritual commitment and the promise of guidance through the challenges of daily life. The link between Mithras and the returning sun extended beyond symbolism. In Mithraea, across the empire, followers used lamps, flame symbols, and ritual reenactments to express the connection between their deity and the celestial renewal unfolding above them. These practices reinforced the belief that cosmic cycles influenced human destiny and that Mithras served as the divine guardian of this eternal pattern. Artistic scenes depicting him holding a torch, raising a flame, or standing beside the sun, god Helios reveal how deeply the cult identified him with solar energy. As the cult of Mithras grew within the empire, its celebration of December 25th became more than a seasonal observance. It evolved into a symbolic cornerstone that connected earthly experience with celestial order. The birth of Mithras on the day the sun began its ascent shaped the cult's identity and set the stage for cultural shifts that would later influence broader religious practices across the ancient world. If you're enjoying this deep dive into ancient religions, remember to support the channel. Subscribe to Best of History and Mythology, leave a like, and activate the bell so you never miss more stories that bring the ancient world back to life. As Christianity expanded throughout the Roman Empire, its leaders faced the challenge of establishing a unifying identity for diverse communities. One pivotal decision involved selecting a date to commemorate the birth of Jesus. Early Christian writings did not provide a specific day, which allowed cultural and symbolic factors to influence the final choice. December 25th emerged as the favored date, aligning with long-standing solstice traditions that were deeply rooted in Roman society. The adoption of December 25th was not simply a matter of convenience. In a world where seasonal festivals shaped collective identity, choosing a time already associated with renewal allowed Christianity to resonate with populations familiar with the spiritual significance of the returning sun. Many Roman communities were accustomed to honoring deities tied to celestial rebirth. By positioning the birth of Jesus during this same cosmic turning point, Christian leaders created a symbolic bridge that eased the transition from older beliefs to the emerging faith. This strategic timing also allowed Christianity to coexist with and eventually overshadow popular festivals linked to solar deities. Sol Invictus, revered across the empire for representing strength and divine light, held a prominent place in Roman life. The alignment of Christ's nativity with this culturally powerful date created a subtle form of religious integration. Instead of confronting well-established rituals, Christian authorities shaped a parallel narrative that allowed new followers to reinterpret familiar celebrations. The presence of Mithraism added another layer to this evolving landscape. Although the two religions differed significantly in theology, both placed deep symbolic value on light, renewal, and moral guidance. The proximity of their celebrations in the calendar contributed to later speculation about connections between these traditions. While historical evidence does not support direct imitation, the broader cultural environment made shared themes almost inevitable. In a society where celestial patterns influenced myth-making, multiple belief systems naturally gravitated toward the same symbolic markers. As Christianity continued to grow, the decision to anchor one of its central events to a date long associated with cosmic renewal helped shape the religious identity of the empire. The interplay of symbolism, tradition, and strategy reveals how ancient cultures often intersected in ways that reflected common human experiences rather than deliberate imitation. Do you think December 25 became significant because of divine intention, cultural adaptation, or something even older and deeper than both? Let me know in the comments after the video. Across the ancient world, long before empires rose and religious systems took shape, communities relied on the sky to understand time, survival, and destiny. The winter solstice stood out as a turning point that marked the slow return of daylight after months of fading sun. For early civilizations, this astronomical moment symbolized renewal, victory over darkness, and the promise of restored life. These universal themes created a shared mythological foundation that influenced cultures separated by geography and language. Within this shared cultural landscape, divine births associated with the solstice became a natural expression of hope. Societies across Eurasia placed their most significant deities and heroes at this cosmic threshold. The return of light was not just a natural event, but a sacred moment encoded into myth and ritual. Stories of gods emerging at the darkest point of the year echoed a worldview in which celestial cycles guided spiritual meaning. Traditions from Persia, Egypt, the Mediterranean, and Northern Europe reveal similar patterns, each expressing the belief that divine power manifests when humanity needs it most. This widespread solstice imagery shaped the way later religions interpreted divine presence. Rather than direct imitation, many traditions tapped into a deep, collective understanding that existed long before individual doctrines were established. The alignment of spiritual births with the sun's return reflects how humans intuitively connected natural rhythms with sacred narratives. These parallels demonstrate a recurring motif found in ancient stories where renewal, protection, and divine guidance align with celestial movements. The pattern becomes even clearer when examining how various civilizations tied moral order and cosmic harmony to the rebirth of light. In many early societies, darkness represented chaos, uncertainty, and the fragile state of human existence. The reappearance of the strengthening sun carried a promise of restored balance. Associating a deity's birth with this moment allowed communities to anchor their faith in the natural world. This interplay between astronomy and spirituality shaped countless rituals and created a symbolic language that transcended cultural borders. The convergence of dates between Mithras, Sol Invictus, and later Christian tradition is best understood through this ancient framework. Rather than a simple coincidence or a direct borrowing, these similarities reflect a much older human instinct to mark the triumph of light during the darkest days. The repeated use of the solstice as a sacred turning point reveals how ancient cultures interpreted the cosmos not only as a physical environment, but as a spiritual guide. This deeper continuity offers a more compelling explanation for the recurring themes that appear across religions and epics, illuminating the timeless dialogue between the heavens and the human imagination. Thank you for watching. May the light of ancient wisdom guide your path. See you in our next video, here on Best of History and Mythology.